Hello and welcome to Talent Explosion. I'm Bill Doherty, your host. Very happy that you joined in today. So let's get on with the show. Oh my gosh, that is one of my favorite arias from Il Trovatore, written by Giuseppe Verdi, Sride la Vampa. And no one can sing it better than Kristin Patterson, and we have her here with us today. We're doing a Zoom interview from Berlin, and very pleased to have you, Kristin. So, we want to talk today a little bit about your career, about what made you decide to get involved with music. So you were a little girl growing up in Michigan. How did you decide to get involved with music?
Well, I was 3 years old, and there was a woman writing her thesis at Michigan State University about early childhood learning and music, and I was a student of hers that she wrote about in her thesis, and she taught me how to play piano from the Suzuki method, and it all started from there.
That's fantastic. And then when you were a senior in high school, tell me about what happened to you there.
I went to Interlochen Arts Academy in Northern Michigan, and it was an amazing experience. I had a wonderful teacher, Jeff Norris, who really opened my eyes to the possibilities of singing, and I decided that's what I wanted to do.
That's absolutely awesome. So you did your entire senior year at Interlochen Academy, is that correct?
Yes.
I mean, they have such a fantastic reputation. All right, so then you graduated from high school and you decided that you wanted to study music, you wanted to study voice in college. So what happened then?
I decided to go to Oberlin so that I could have a chance to major not only in voice, but minor in piano, and also have the potential to pursue other interests. They have a liberal arts program there also, as you know, and I did end up mostly focusing on music, but it was a great experience.
Awesome. You know, I was accepted into Oberlin also when I was a kid. I decided not to go there because I wanted to stay in New York, but you know, they have such a great reputation. So, all right, you graduated with your bachelor's degree, and then what happened?
Then I decided to take more time to strengthen my voice, and so I decided to do a master's program, and I went to San Francisco Conservatory.
Great conservatory, absolutely one of the best in the country.
It's amazing. It's a very small, close-knit community that you can really be cultured and heard, and it was great.
I've never been to San Francisco, but everybody tells me I have to go there because there's great food, which, you know, I mean, I love food, but then also just to the north is the Napa Valley and all the great wines, and everybody knows Bill Doherty is a wine lover, so I would love to go there sometime. What made you, so when you graduated with your master's degree from San Francisco Conservatory, what made you decide that you wanted to apply to the Central Florida Lyric Opera's resident artist training program?
I had a colleague at San Francisco Conservatory of Music, Elizabeth Harmetz, who was doing auditions for you.
Right, she had already been in our program, yes. And I wasn't available to attend those auditions, but she went and held the auditions and videotaped them. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And you accepted me, and I graciously accepted your offer.
You know, that year, I think we had over 100 auditions from all over the country, actually from all over the world, because we also accepted your friend Anastasia. We took a handful of people that year, and I remember when I heard your audition, it was such a beautiful voice, and you were such a captivating presence and beautiful blonde-haired young girl, and we were getting ready to cast the opera Nozze di Figaro, The Marriage of Figaro. Mm-hmm. And there was a role in there, Susanna, which is frequently sung by sopranos, but also sung by mezzo-sopranos, because when I first heard your singing, I wasn't sure. I mean, you auditioned as a soprano. Right. And, when I first heard you, I kind of heard something in your voice that said, maybe when she gets a few more years on her, she's going to end up a mezzo-soprano. So anyway, you came to Central Florida. We did that production of The Marriage of Figaro. And I remember that after that production, I said to you, I want to try doing some mezzo-soprano literature. I don't think that you particularly liked it so much, but the idea of all of that, you were very married to being a soprano, but we gave it a try. How did you feel about it? So we decided to make that switch from soprano to mezzo-soprano. That's got to be like just one of those life-changing moments. And how does it feel to completely switch Fox and completely change your manner of singing? Is there an emotional attachment to that?
Yes, of course, and it's terrifying, and especially when you're a young singer and you think you're starting to figure it all out, and then all of a sudden you have the feeling that something's not working, but you kind of just want to just push harder and just work it out. My first teacher at Interlochen had initially told me I was a mezzo, and to me, when you said that, it sort of brought it all back home, and it felt terrifying, but like the right decision to make. And I thought you were right, and in the end, you were.
Yeah, because you know the thing is when you're a young singer, especially when you've got a bigger voice type, I mean, at first I thought that you were just a lyric mezzo. As it's turned out, you're more of a dramatic mezzo or even a contralto. But with young singers in their early 20s, you start to really understand what's happening with your breath support and how to connect the voice and all of that stuff. And so it develops over time, and it's very hard with those bigger voice types to know exactly what is going to happen, toward the end of your career when you're just in your early 20s. But you did a remarkable job putting that all together. So you did the Marriage of Figaro with us, Susanna. You did Pagliacci with us. I remember Pagliacci that also starred Oscar Feliu, one of my best friends and a beloved tenor here in the Villages. What other roles did you do with Central Florida Lyric Opera?
I did Frasquita in that first season.
And Carmen, yep.
Carmen.
Yeah, you did Carmen too. Yes, later on in the next, right? The first time you were Frasquita, which is the soprano. Then the second time we did it, you were Carmen. Yeah, and also seems to me you did Dorabella in Così fan tutte.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a great production of Madama Butterfly that you sang, Suzuki.
Yes, with Marcello Marlini directing.
Yep, he did a great job of that. As a matter of fact, it's that particular production is one of our highest viewed productions that we've ever posted on YouTube. We've had over 82,000 views of that. So you've had 82,000 people from all over the world see you do Suzuki. Yay! So, well, that's amazing. And then, so you were finishing up the resident artist training program. I remember you got hired to go out to Des Moines Metro.
Right. Yes, with Robert Larson, an amazing conductor.
And so you were a resident artist for one season with Des Moines Metro, and also, weren't you in Houston around that same time?
I did Ulrika in Opera in the Heights in Houston, Texas. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that was
Ulrika, which is a contralto, big contralto role. So your voice was really starting to take shape and get bigger and all of that. And then I remember your big break. I'll never forget, because you were at my house. You received a call from your manager and said, Kristin, you need to get on a plane tomorrow because you've got to fly to New York because you're auditioning for Lorin Maazel. Lorin Maazel, one of the greatest conductors of all times. He's conducted all over the world, every major city. He was the conductor of the New York Philharmonic. And so, yeah, I remember you just got on a plane, you went to New York, and so tell us about that audition. Where was that audition?
It was at Lincoln Center, and my manager called me, my agent called me and said, can you get to New York by tomorrow? So I booked a flight. I got up at 4 a.m. I flew to New York, and I don't know if I was tired but I wasn't really nervous until I actually got to Lincoln Center and saw his face plastered on every billboard there.
Wow.
And then I was,
So what did you sing at that audition?
I sang the Da Czas Nastal, the Tchaikovsky from Joan.
Da Czas Nastal. I love that aria. And you sang the heck out of that. Oh my goodness. All right, so what happened? Obviously, he liked you.
He did. He did. And I probably didn't even realize it at the time. To sing a Russian aria for Lorin Maazel is,
pretty ballsy. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So, all right. So what happened? So he hired you.
Yeah, he actually said, wow, after I finished. And I think that's probably one of the most highest compliments I'll ever have in my career, that he actually, said
Right?
that.
I mean, one of the greatest conductors in the world was blown away by your audition. I mean, that's amazing. So from there, what did he hire you for?
Yeah. But yes, my agent called the next day and said, yes, they want to hire you for Florence Pike. I did, and Albert Herring by Benjamin
By Benjamin Britten. Okay. And that was where?
in Castleton, Virginia, at his private.
Yeah, he had like a summer concert series. That's near Washington, D.C., right? So it's like a festival. It's like a opera festival he did in the summer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very, very well known. And also, tell us about your debut at the Kennedy Center with him.
Oh, he played the violin while Marvin Hamlish played the piano, and we all got to sing from a chorus line with Marvin Hamlish at the Kennedy Center. It was amazing, amazing.
Wow, wow. So from there, you decided to move to New York.
Right.
And, you were doing a bunch of auditions, and you did some productions there in New York. What did you do in New York?
I did a Carnegie Hall debut with an opera program there.
Wow, amazing. So you made your Carnegie Hall debut, and anything else that you did? Well, while you were there, I remember that you flew out to Nevada, right? Nevada Opera, didn't you do some things with them?
I did. I was on stage as Suzuki, and Miss Lovett from
Sweeney Todd.
Was absolutely
the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, wow. And then, so how did you end up in Germany? Your manager said.
Yeah, I was, my voice was starting to get bigger, and my agent thought it would be a good idea to pursue the Wagner way, and Germany is a good place to do that, obviously. And so I did. I made the leap, and I came here, and I'm really glad I did.
That's awesome. So you're living in Berlin, and you've been there for a few years now, and you've done some roles with a couple of companies there, but
Group, yes.
You made your debut with the Berlin Philharmonic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in Mahler's 8th Symphony, the contralto solos in that, right?
Maria Egyptica, it was amazing. Mm.
Wow. And then, so just last year, you got hired to branch out a little bit, right? By one of the greatest opera houses in the world, Opera Norway or Oslo Opera. I don't know exactly remember what it's called, but it's like the Metropolitan Opera of Europe, really. It's a house, right?
Yes.
So what exactly were you doing there?
I was singing in Die Meistersinger when the coronavirus hits.
Right. So you were in rehearsals, everything was almost ready to go. And then I remember you sent me a text message, and you said, oh my God, this coronavirus, I just got an email that they're sending us home.
Yeah.
They're closing the theater. And I thought to myself, closing the theater seemed so outrageous just a few months ago, but yet that's what happened. So explain, what was that about? Why did they decide to cancel the production?
We had 100 people and tech and, set guys and sound crews and directors and 100 people on the stage any given day, and we were about to move into dress rehearsals, and they said, we don't have time to put this production together if we have to cancel rehearsals. Of course, at the time, nobody really knew that it was gonna, be so long that we were gonna do, but they were so professional. They said quickly, we can't make this happen. They were very professional, compensated our contracts. It was a great company to be working for, I must say, during the time when it all went
well,
down.
and they said that you'd be back, so that's good. That's something that you have to look forward to. And I just remember I got up on, I think it was a Saturday morning. I was pouring my coffee. I had gotten a text message from you saying they told us that we had to be out of the country by 5 p.m. today because Germany was closing the borders, and you couldn't find a flight, and it was just a grueling experience, right? But you got back to Germany, and everything has been okay, and you've been healthy, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And you're still singing well, obviously. So,
thank you.
All right. So right now you're just in a holding pattern like the rest of us, right? We don't know what's going to happen, but we're doing the best we can with the way things are. Exactly. And well, that's good. And you know that you can look forward to resuming your career as soon as things start to unwind a little bit. And they are starting to open up things quite a bit in Germany, from what I understand. Also in the United States, we're starting to open up. Our numbers have been up a little bit lately, but hopefully that we're going to get through this pandemic. They're going to find a vaccine and, or some kind of valid treatment. And hopefully very soon we'll be done with this. I mean, I can't wait until the time that we can fly and see each other somewhere together. I mean, we've sung all over the world together. You did the mezzo solos in my Requiem in Jerusalem and also in Rome. And we've been in Italy a number of times all throughout, and in Liguria. We're going to have that chance again. We're going to be able to hug each other, and we're going to get through this.
I look forward to it.
So my last, because I know you have another aria to sing for us, and I'm looking forward to it. The last thing that I want to ask you, of all the roles that you have done, tell me, what is your favorite role and why?
That is a tough question, but I would have to say Carmen is my favorite, I think, because you have to go through all your capacities as an artist, as a singer, as a performer. You have to explore every personality you can bring within yourself. At the beginning, she's a kind of sexy,
flirtatious little girl, right?
And then by the third act, she has this dark, card trio, and the fourth act is just so flailing around and
very heavy and hard to sing as well.
It is. It's surprisingly hard to sing. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to try to zoom another aria. Right. Tell us about this aria from Carmen.
This is the habanera from the first act of Carmen, when she seduces for the first time Don José and throws her rose and puts the curse on him and the entire opera, saying,
wow,
if you love me, I won't love you. But if I love you, you better beware.
You know what? I remember you did Carmen. Did you do Carmen twice with us?
Yes.
With Central Florida Lyric Opera? Yeah, I remember both times. The first time was great, and the second time was even better. But you cast your spell on me the first time you sang this aria. You threw that rose, and I will always be in love with you, Kristin. And thank you so much for taking your time today and for being with us. And let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and do this aria for everybody. I hope you guys all enjoy this. This is the Habanera from Carmen by Bizet.
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining us for today's show. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to go to centralfloridalyricopera.org. Make a donation to keep beautiful music flowing. If you click on the donate button, the PayPal donate button, your donations will go to help support the artists that you've heard today on the show, as well as to help support our company and to keep us rolling during this COVID-19 pandemic, and to enable us to continue to bring beautiful music to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and good night.